How to price your home correctly, or how to avoid one of the biggest mistakes that sellers can make when they are pricing their home. Pricing your home is an art. There is a science behind it, and I want my sellers to avoid one of the biggest mistakes out there, the kiss of death. So I'm going to get into it today on Keri TV in this very special episode about seller pricing. So if you haven't seen this before, like, subscribe, shoot me a comment, tell me how you're doing, and what else you'd like to hear on this show. So let's get into it. When you're ready to sell, the strategy of pricing your home is truly an art. The goal to keep in mind is to increase visibility and drive buyers to your home. Instead of trying to win the negotiation with just one little buyer, we aim to price your home so the demand is maximized and more buyers come through the door. As a seller in today's market in 2021, you're hearing about how hot the market is. So it's common to think, let's price our home on the higher side and let buyers come up in price. It's our market, right? You keep hearing today's buyers are searching harder than ever just to find a home to purchase. So why not try that? But here's the thing, a high price tag does not mean you're going to cash in big on the sale. For most people, a home is their most prized possession. The common logic is that when pricing a home higher will lead to a higher sale price. Wrong. It is actually more likely to deter buyers if you are pricing it too high. Right now, even when there are so few houses for sale, buyers are very price sensitive. And as much as they want a home, if they do not feel it's a deal, your home is more likely to sit on the market longer or require a price drop that can send buyers running if it isn't priced right from the very beginning. Take a look at this graph here. It's imperative to ensure your home is priced to sell immediately. This way, it will be exposed to the greatest number of buyers and you are avoiding the kiss of death. The kiss of death is a trap often sellers get into and they cannot dip themselves out of. On the rare occasion, they take it off and do some renovations, but this is something you cannot avoid if you come on too high. Overpricing a property, no matter what you think it's worth, what you want out of it, what the neighbor sold for, your time frame, will always cost you more money in the long run. What does a buyer think when they see a property on the market longer than average? Two things. One, Keri, what's wrong with it? Two, how much of a discount can I get on this bad boy? It's statistically true. The longer days on market, the lower list price to sale price ratio there is. And there are plenty of facts to show this. So let's talk about why do sellers overprice their homes? Here's one of the reasons. I'm not in a hurry to sell. This is probably the most common reason we see for a higher list price on a home. If you have no motivation or time frame to sell your home, you aren't very serious about attracting a ready, willing, and able buyer. You can set it at whatever price you want. Who knows? Maybe someone will come along and be willing to pay far above market value. You may also win the lottery before that offer comes in, making your need to sell even less, right? Honestly, if you do not need to sell your house right now, at the price you can reasonably expect to get, it's probably worth skipping the whole selling process altogether to avoid unnecessary work, stress, and waiting for a time that fits your needs, right? Remember, time on market is your enemy. It is not your friend. While you may not be in a hurry, the market doesn't know that. The market doesn't care, and it perceives your home as less valuable. Days on market is key. Reason number two, sellers overprice their home. I can always come down in price, right? Of course you can. Who doesn't love a price slash on a home? That's bound to set off all the red alarms for home buyers. List high, try it out, then after the days on market accumulate, reduce the price, and further head down the road to negativity and stigma on your home. This idea truly fails to take into consideration the realities of selling a home and the suspicions buyers create after a home is on the market too long and the price is reduced. Buyers want to work with motivated sellers. If the home does not seem priced appropriately, buyers will think you are unreasonable and unmotivated and not want to even come see your home. Or worse, fear something is wrong with it. The longer they are allowed to think this and the more common this perception becomes, the more likely you are to start getting offers you would never even consider or no offers at all. Reason number three, I need to leave some negotiating room. This is a huge myth. For some reason, there are many sellers who believe you need a huge spread between what a home is listed for versus what it will ultimately sell for. This is patently false. Look at the market data for what homes are selling for. How many homes are selling over asking quickly versus lower than asking after many days on market? Take a look at this slide to see the list price versus sale price and time on market. This shows the time on market leads to lower sales price, where the homes selling quickly are always over asking. Homes that are sitting stagnant on the market for an extended amount of time with multiple reductions is never the best way to get the maximum amount of money for a home. Never, ever. Reason number 4, a similar home sold for this much. Well, seller says, that recent sold home is nowhere near as good as mine. Let's price it higher. If that home sold at that price, why can't I get this price? If your real estate agent is telling you the market value is lower, who is right? An experienced agent knows a lot about the current market, far more than you may realize. And if you're working with the right agent, they're going to give you these honest truths. Due to experience pricing homes, they have far more insights on the nuances of what a buyer wants in a home, factors that appraisers may often call out. A good agent knows the ins and outs of the why a house will sell for less or more, regardless of the seller's opinion. Even though your neighbor claims that the other house was just like yours, we can know otherwise. It's not as easy to explain this to sellers sometimes, and it may not be what they want to hear. Regardless of small facts on the neighbor's home versus your home, such as upgrades, location, views, and such, there's items we know that are black and white in this market and make a difference on value, items we see time after time, that if we feel it's not worth the same, we have to explain that as best as possible and price it appropriately. The goal of the real estate agent, me, is to get the maximum amount for your home. And these are the methods that have proven true. In closing, when you price your home competitively from the start, you won't be negotiating with one buyer. Instead, you'll likely have multiple buyers competing for the house, potentially increasing the final sale price. The buyers will shorten contingencies, shorten escrow periods, do anything they can to be the chosen buyer. Bottom line, based on these reasons above and these solid examples, if you're a seller, why are you still scared to list your home price low? The market is always shifting. The best time to list your home for sale is when you actually want to sell at the market price and get the sale done. Event pricing, like the examples above, is the only way to go. Thanks for watching today. This is Keri TV. Make sure you hit the like button on this very, very important topic. And if you are a seller, make sure you price your property appropriately. You will not regret it.